This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 802, Into the Shadows. Enjoy. And, I think we just need to talk about a couple things before we move on from this, that they closed down the full comparison thing where you could compare achievements between people. They said it's been poorly performing since the achievement system began to hit its operation limits, so that it will remain disabled until they've resolved this problem. And as well, the archaeology, contribution, discovery, donation, research, and restoration chain achievements do not trigger a pop-up or a chat message on completion. Though they are missing, you'll still be able to complete the achievements. And then once you completed these achievements, your rune score will not update automatically, and you'll need to relog for this. They say due to the nature of these bugs, they are unlikely to be resolved until into the new year. And this is a discussion that Sirion and I had this week. I said, this is a big update and this is a good update, but you're not going to delay something like this until the new year for these kind of bugs. It's just as simple as that. The thing is, basically what you have at this point is they had to re-implement all the achievements. So any achievements that were created in the last year needed to be built both in the old and the new system, right? And this is going to go on no matter how long. Like, if you keep using the old system until you have all the bugs out of the new system, it's going to keep getting more expensive because all the achievements you keep building twice. So it's an art to find the right time where you say, okay, we're flipping the switch, so we don't have to maintain the old one anymore. And this is always a long source of discussion at where I work as well. But I think if you want progress, you need to be not afraid to break things. Sometimes you need to be willing to take some risks. And
and I mean, it's not impeding gameplay. It's not impeding the player's ability to pick up items and whatnot.
It's annoying because the achievements for archaeology mean so much for the milestones and the skill. So it's not great, but it's not game breaking.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't have anything else left to say on that. Tanis, Diana, you guys good?
I think we need to talk about the fly on the forehead. I mean, it used to be elephant in the room, but I like fly on the forehead. I think it's going to catch on. But no, on a serious note, did we just get the complicated cape rework without the capes? Did that run on anybody?
I don't think so. Like, they didn't really change the content, and
they didn't add new achievements to it. I mean,
but they can. Like, they all the stuff that they talked about. I mean, seriously, other than the cape, the cosmetic item, this is what they were talking about doing. With reorganizing, putting everything where it belongs.
You're right. There were 6 capes, and now there's 6 categories in addition to completionist.
It's probably one of those situations where they had a bunch of design documentation, they had a bunch of, half-implemented stuff, and they thought, let's do something with it.
Yeah.
And an update that evolved into the update it is now. They probably fed into each other.
I guess
I do feel for the developers who worked on this, because obviously it took a long time and it must have been incredibly difficult from a back-end perspective.
Not to mention the QA effort for 1,165 files.
I think there was one QA. I remember seeing on Twitter there were 2 developers and 1 QA on it.
Oh!
2 coders, and 1 QA doing this entire thing. And,
heroic effort.
Well, that's to say, from a front-end point of view, for most players, they probably aren't really going to notice it. So I just think,
yeah,
give them a bit of credit and, pour one out for them, because there's obviously a huge amount of work that's gone in for not a hugely sexy update. It's obviously been necessary and, it's a great amount of work, but it's not like a graphical update where everyone's going to be shouting about and going, oh, yeah, it looks amazing.
I mean, that's the curse of infrastructure engineers, right?
Yeah.
It is, you've done your job well if nobody noticed your job.
Yeah, that's the sign of a good QA team is a quiet release.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. So
Yeah, and people thought that the server
developers who were involved in this.
People thought that the server crash after this week's update launch was because of this, but no, it wasn't. It was actually something else. So there's, I mean, you can't immediately blame the update, and you know,
it servers crash sometimes.
It takes a little bit of fine granularity to figure out what the hell's going on, but nonetheless, I think it turned out well, and I look forward to see what comes from this. And it makes sense you're going to want to add new achievements because you can't be a Steam game forever and only have 20 achievements.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess that makes a lot more sense too then.
You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe or leave a comment.